Feeling trapped by relentless, unsettling, what-if thoughts that you just can't seem to shake off? If you've ever found yourself stuck in a cycle of irrational fears and anxieties, you're not alone. Intrusive thoughts can pop into your mind out of nowhere, stick around no matter how hard you try to push them away, and leave you feeling totally overwhelmed. Well, this has been one of the issues many of my clients face. But over the last 10 years as a hypnotherapist, I've helped hundreds of them overcome this challenge that hasn't just eased their anxiety, but also empowered them to regain control over their mental well-being, enhance their emotional resilience, and experience a greater sense of inner peace. In this video, I'm going to share with you practical strategies and insights into why these intrusive thoughts occur and how to manage them effectively. So by the end of the video, you will begin to understand the root of these thoughts, learn actionable steps to address them, and start feeling more in control and at peace with your mind. So let's dive straight in. Intrusive thoughts can be unsettling, especially when they seem to come out of nowhere, lingering in your mind and refuse to let go. These thoughts can be irrational, even impossible, yet they still manage to grip your mind with a relentless what-if that makes them difficult to get rid of. If you've ever found yourself trapped in a loop of intrusive thoughts, you know how distressing and exhausting it can be. Let's explore why these thoughts occur and what you can do when you can't seem to shake them off. Intrusive thoughts often arise suddenly, triggered by something as innocent as a random memory, a dream, or even a fleeting fear. And they're irrational, and deep down, you may know that they aren't true. Yet that knowledge doesn't always bring relief. Instead, the thoughts persist, repeating in your mind with a sense of urgency that feels hard to ignore. For example, imagine a woman who has just discovered she's pregnant. Out of nowhere, a thought, like a mind virus, enters and infects her mind. What if this baby isn't my husband's, but belongs to the guy I was with during our separation 6 months ago? She knows this is impossible. After all, if it were true, she'd already been 9 months pregnant by now. But the thought triggers a physical response, a rush of anxiety that travels from her head to her toes. But what if this did happen? Spiraling into a series of worries. What if it's not his? How would I tell him? His whole family would hate me. Even though she knows the thought is irrational, her mind has been corrupted by this thought virus, imagining the worst case scenarios. The thought has taken over. She finds herself obsessing over this impossible idea for months, unable to shake it off and struggling to understand why her brain is doing this. This example illustrates how intrusive thoughts can take root in your mind, leading you down a path of irrational fears and anxieties that are hard to shake, even when you know they're not based in reality. This is because intrusive thoughts aren't just a logical problem. They stem from deeper emotional and subconscious layers of the mind. The subconscious mind doesn't operate by the same rules as your logical conscious mind. It's emotional, irrational, and often confusing. This is why even when you know a thought is false, your subconscious mind continues to hold on to it. The thought serves as a vessel for deeper fears and anxieties that hasn't been addressed. Your subconscious mind is opportunistic. It seizes onto these irrational thoughts because it doesn't like to have the free-floating feelings of insecurity. It prefers to latch onto something concrete, even if that something idea is completely illogical. The thought becomes a distraction from the real issue, a way for your mind to channel anxiety into a specific, albeit irrational, concern. To overcome these intrusive thoughts, it's essential to look beneath the surface. The thought itself is rarely the problem. It's a symptom of something deeper. Perhaps it's rooted in insecurity, fear of loss, or unresolved emotional trauma. With the example of the pregnant woman, She had experienced betrayal and manipulation in the past in a previous relationship. Therefore, her intrusive thoughts centered around issues of trust, guilt, and self-blame. It's important to pause and ask yourself, what is this thought really about? What deeper fear or unresolved issue is it masking? Often intrusive thoughts are a way of your subconscious mind to alert you to an underlying issue that needs attention. Here are the 6 steps to address the intrusive thoughts. Become present with the emotion. Begin by recognizing and feeling the emotion associated with the intrusive thought. Notice where in your body you experience this emotion. For example, if the thought makes you anxious, pinpoint where that anxiety manifests physically. Identify the thought behind the emotion. Reflect on the specific thought that's fueling your emotional response. Ask yourself what thought you are feeding with this emotion. Look for the story under the story. The truth is hiding under the surface. Is it about a fear of something happening, a concern over how others perceive you, or a worry about your own inadequacies? Understanding the thought helps you see the story you're telling yourself. Question the story. Challenge the validity of the thought by asking yourself if it reflects your higher perspective or truth. Is this thought aligned with what your higher self or your inner wisdom would know to be true? For example, the thought that the baby is not your husband's is really about your own insecurity and inadequacy because your father abandoned you as a child, and your feelings of abandonment were reinforced in your first serious relationship, where you were gaslit and cheated on, leaving you feeling worthless and not good enough. Question if there is any real evidence to support this fear that you're worthless and not good enough, or if it's an irrational projection. Reframe your perspective. Shift your focus to a more constructive and empowering viewpoint. Consider what your higher self or your inner truth would say about the situation. For instance, if the intrusive thought is about being judged or rejected, remind yourself that your worth isn't defined by others' opinions. Reframing helps to detach from the negative thought and realign with a more compassionate and truthful perspective. Practice self-compassion. Be gentle with yourself. Understand that experiencing intrusive thoughts is a common part of the human experience and doesn't define your sanity or worth. Acknowledge that you are working through a natural process and allow yourself a space to move through it without judgment. Seek support if needed. If intrusive thoughts are persistent and overwhelming, consider seeking support from a therapist such as myself. I can offer additional tools and strategies to help you manage these thoughts and explore any deeper emotional issues. Intrusive thoughts can be challenging, but they're not unbeatable. By understanding the illogical nature of the subconscious mind and exploring the deep fears and insecurities that fuel these thoughts, you can begin to regain control. Remember, it's not about the thought itself, it's about what lies beneath it. With patience, self-reflection, and the right strategies, you can find peace of mind and free yourself from the grip of intrusive thoughts. If you'd like me to help you overcome your intrusive thoughts, I'm here to help you. My personalized coaching sessions are designed to address your unique challenges and empower you with the tools and strategies needed for lasting change. Check out the link in the video description for more details on my coaching services and take the first step towards a calmer, more balanced life.